What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Baseball Card Therapy with Sean. Today we got back our SCG 70s and 80s special, 50 cards. The title of this video will be Mixed Bag of Emotions. So I sent this out January 31st. It was probably 3 o'clock in the afternoon. So got sent back today. So it's pretty good turnaround time. Never complain about their efficiency. And I believe I had 4 cards that they wouldn't touch. Hopefully they're somewhere in there. We shall see. But this thing had everything from Garbage Pail Kids to a little heavy on the 93, 92, 93, some 94s. Just some other stuff. Might have been some oddball stuff. So I had one card that was counterfeit, one card that's encased authentic evidence of trimming, and one card that they just wouldn't touch because I guess it was like a third party stamp, and I forget what the other one was, but we'll find it in here. So alright, without further ado, let's get this party started. Alright, here is our first one. This is Boardwalk and Baseball. I'd got this off eBay many years ago. It's got a certificate and everything with it. So, I guess they don't do the third party stamp. This came back as a counterfeit Tiffany, which was a bummer because it's very nice. Honestly, I think most of these cards came out of binders my aunt picked up at flea markets or garage sales. There may be about 5 of them that I bought offline. So this is a counterfeit, and it's just how I had kind of thought. See, there's a double asterisk there, plus the print doc matrix wasn't the same. And I wanted to see if they would grade this, because I think I've seen PSA grade this. But they said, oh, hell no. So at least they kept it intact. I worked my butt off to get that thing into a sleeve. But all right, let's see here. First, we'll start off with 86 Garbage Pail Kids. I'd bought 5 or 6 of these off eBay 20 years ago, probably. Just had them in top loaders, so I didn't expect anything big from them. This is a puzzle piece one. That's some Stone Sean. This is one of my favorite. I remember having this one and the alternate one growing up. So, the centering on most of these things is just outright junk, but this is my highest graded one. So, to me, everything looks pretty cool. I didn't really see anything wrong with it, but I know the centering's a little off. I was thinking like 8.5, and that's another one that's just cool. So another piece of the puzzle. This was a Dunar's Collections buyback. And on a side note, the this 82 Donruss is probably one of my highest graded 80s Donruss cards, even though it's probably touched 30 hands in its life and been autographed and stamped. And oh, it's just a cool card. I do like these recollection collections. 88 Topps All-Star. I guess maybe it's got a dent or two. But the tops of these are just so wavy to begin with. So, but like I said, most of these came out of binders that I got for free. So it was just $12 a card. I had bought this at a antique store in a case many years ago. So I just really wanted to get it encased. So I didn't expect too much out of it. Thought it would get a little higher, but I know backs are a little chunked up and a little stuff on the front, but it's probably one of the few 78 Topps cards I have. Got some 84, which a lot of this I was doing to use as future reference because of the way these surfaces are and the way they grade them. You know, I wasn't really, didn't know from, I mean, I looked at this card and I was like, man, that's a beautiful card. But I know it had, with that blue in the back, ate up a little bit. So to me, 8 equals pretty much your average pack pool. So I have no problem with that. And it's, you know, I didn't expect to kill the bank with this stuff. So another 84, half a grade higher. A couple of these are going to be kind of just laughable. Like, what? That's not a 48 Bowman that got played with in the mud puddle. Here's a 4. Don't know why it's a 4. I mean, I looked these cards over pretty good. And looks like it's got a couple little ink marks here and there on the back. Centering and corners don't look bad. I don't see anything crazy on the front. So I was expecting this one to be at least like an 8, maybe higher, but I was wrong. In action, when I filled out the form for this, I put that the lettering was purple lettered because all the rest of them are like a bluish color. So I thought maybe it was a mistake or something, but they didn't see it as such. And the only thing I can think of is maybe they're saying it's faded, but I would think like purple would fade to blue. But yeah, if you look at any others online, that's blue is that wording and line. So this one got a 7. And I'm not seeing anything crazy on its surface. It's another thing this thing's got like horse hairs or something embedded in it. And I was like, well, I mean, that's the stock of Yelp OSB leftover shit that they made this stuff from. But apparently I'm thinking that's what gave most of these a downfall. Here's a cool little Fisk. And like I said, I wasn't expecting these to be 10s and 8.5s on this stuff that were just sitting in boxes. I got no problems with, but when they start giving me 3s and 4s, and my feelings kind of get hurt, and I start asking why. So, but pretty cool little card. I know this bad boy's way off center, but it was still a pretty surface. Was pretty clean. I got a friend that's a Reds fan. I already have one of these, I think, in a PSA that I'd got a while back. So I'll give this one to him, and he could put it on his mantle. This one's cool. I did this one just because it was so much red. And it was not chipped up all that bad. That edge over there. So they gave this bad boy 9, and I want to say at least on the SGC side, this is the highest grade of this card. But I want to say it's a very, very low population. Most people are like, why in the hell would you get that graded? There's a beater there. And I don't know why. The only thing I can think of is this thing has a very dull hue to it. So I guess the age has got to it. I know it's off center somewhat. So, all right. So this one was a heart killer because evidence of trimming. I had probably bought this card off eBay 20 plus years ago for $7. I knew it was off center when I got it. And I don't see why anybody would trim a $7 card. So, but they're saying that they did. I just thought it was just way OC. And it is what it is. And they did not like Ricky on this order here. I know it's got some little bit chip in. There's a little mark there. But the front of this card looked beautiful. A little off center, but I was still expecting that one to tad bit higher. This is a cool card. Some more of that red border chipping. So we got a 9. And the 84, 83, 84, and 85s are like my favorite set growing up. Just loved the way they did colors and just the overall looks of them. So this one, I found a set of these in a thrift store. So I decided to break them apart, but I guess that surface there is pretty rough. But I couldn't really tell if it is, because this is like a picture of a picture kind of thing in there. And it didn't seem like it was in the card, but, this is kind of crap technology that they use for the Kmart stuff. So got a little something there. But yeah, I love the color scheme of this. You don't see that much pink in the older stuff. So, like, the surfaces of these, they're all wavy pitted, but that's just the process that it was. And I look at the back, and don't see anything, like, dramatic. Maybe a little bleed up there, but and then this was broke out of a factory set that I had. And No, it was off center a little bit. So, this is some sport. Let me get this out of here. I really did not know how these would grade out. Never sent any of these in. Oh. Sport Flicks Rookies 86. So 9. I guess ain't too bad. I know I've seen some 10s online. I believe I got these out of one of those like junk wax air boxes that you could buy for like $20. My sister had got me a couple one year for Christmas, and they were packs of this and some other random stuff. And it's, oh, get my bottles mixed up. So here we've got 1943 Bowman that's got creases and a tack through his eyeball. Yeah, just I know the edges were, I don't know if I can get it to focus in. The edges were rough. They looked like they were cut by a hacksaw. And I guess maybe the back's a little dimmer than the front. Maybe the front and the back are aged off white. But a 3 just kind of blew my mind. I'm on both edges are hacksawed. Centering is not that bad on the front. Back, it's a little off. But I was really expecting to get it back and there'd be like creases, some wadded up bubblegum stuck to it. So that one's just kind of peculiar. And then you got the Super Vet 83, off-centered side to side. Maybe just a touch of soft corners. A little bit of dot there. And a 7. So my knowledge of 70s and 80s, apparently I am not a good judge. So I'll think twice before I do that again. This is probably the best card out of the stack. This came out of a pack from one of them junk wax box things. Had a couple packs of the Topps Big 89. So as far as SGC, this is the highest graded copy, which I was looking at a lot of them. Most of them are off center or they started having a dingy look to them. So I think this thing was maybe a little off center on the back there. But yeah, I was mightily surprised of that. And those cards are a pain to try to keep nice. 87 Donruss highlights. Got a nice little 9 there. Don't see. I don't know what the hell that is. If that's part of the black mat. Yeah, who knows. But little Donnie. This one. Just about everybody's got one of these in their PC. I know it's got a couple little flaws on the back, off-centered on the front, and a 7.5. Oh. It's just crazy that, let me see if I can. So, I understand the centering and stuff, but maybe I'm just not a good edge person. And I'm sure some of these probably have some like print dots that maybe I didn't see here and there. There's some more horsehair. So, like I said, I was expecting most of these to maybe like top out at 8. So my best ones were sports flicks. So Fred Lynn, Pete Rose, and Willie Mays. And really, I thought these things would probably be some of the worst, but we go 83 Rose. And they present awfully well. That one's a little off center. And another Rose. Which I would have liked them. I wouldn't mind if they were all 8s. That would have been fine by me. It was a Bo Jackson rookie. So this thing I noticed when I sent it in, I didn't know how it would grade out. But right here at the bottom, that is a piece of plastic that's like pushed up into the card. So I'm thinking that's the only thing that held this back from being a 10. But it's pretty cool. This one had me scratching my head. It's the Captain Crunch Mark McGuire. Just, is it a crease? I don't think I remember sending that out with a crease in it. It doesn't show through the top, but maybe that would account to that 4, because I was mightily impressed of how just well centered and everything this card was. Yeah, I'll put a scope on that to see. And it may have been just, no, I would have noticed that. That's like an impression. Definitely an impression of something. '84 All-Star Mike Schmidt. Not too bad of grade. I know the back took the little bit of hammering over there, so. And we got some Kirk Gibson. Again, the centering of this doesn't look that bad, but it says damn edges. Damn edges. This one I was pretty stoked about. It's got one little dot up there. So that was one of my favorite cards of growing up. Every time I opened a pack and I pulled one of those, I thought I was just the awesomest. On 85 Eddie Murray. There ain't many people that can pull off that stashed fro like that. That's badass. Centering maybe off top to bottom a tad. left to right. Back looks pretty clean. So, and this is the correct version of the opening day. I pulled this out of a set I bought probably 6 months ago. I had the error card when I was a kid, but I wound up trading it away probably back in the early 90s. Didn't think much about it. And I'm sure when I traded it away, it probably wasn't all that great condition to begin with because I didn't really know how to care for cards too much. Used to keep them that baseball card storage thing. You just keep pushing cards in. So there's 86 bonds. Oh, this one hurt my heart. So I knew the centering was off, and I think I just overlooked some stuff. I know there's some missing stuff there. I was expecting a 7, hoping for an 8. I got the 4, and I think it's because I missed the splatter job of yellow ink there, and then missing yellow ink on the A's, and then there's probably some blue bleeding there, and this one will be cut out because that one just hurts to look at. This is a 84 stars. This was just in a random collection that I had. I still think most of these, it's like I look at them and I just think they're at least a grade higher than what they should be. There's the 83 Drakes. Guess it's got a little bit of stuff right in there. Oh, the 86 stickers. Really just kind of wanted to see how they would grade these because this is the nicest one I had. I had a good handful of them. So the front of this doesn't look too bad. I know there's some edging, especially at the bottom. So wasn't expecting too much, but that bottom chipping. This one, I think I was expecting an 8.5, and they thought a grade lower. I know it's cockeyed. Centering's a tad bit off. It's got some horsehair and I guess I can't tell what's staining. I mean, I looked at other ones online and this one's got more of almost a camouflage look to it compared to some of the others, but yeah, it's like unless you got one there right next to you, it's like, is it just a run they did? Who knows? Oh, excuse me. This one I was pretty stoked about. This is the highest graded SGC copy. So I was happy about that. I think it had one little black dot there is probably what gave it the 0.5 off. So I'm glad it was on the back, not the front. So that's pretty dope. And then 84 Sandberg. That's not a bad looking card. A little bit of blue edge, white corner. So all in all, it's like I'm kind of, usually when I submit and I get them back, I have like an overall feeling of, okay, this canceled this out, or, made me feel better. This thing was just a damn roller coaster ride. Luckily, 90% of these cards I didn't really pay for, so it was basically, I got $12 in each card invested with their deal they had, so can't really complain. I would never buy a 7 or 3 or 4 or a 5.5 unless it was really, 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 really old. So those kind of suck to look at, but I should have my next one going out by the end of this month, and it's going to be 90s and modern stuff. So hopefully the grade should improve. If not, oh God, I will cry. So until then, thank you for watching, and make sure you give a thumbs up.